All right, so I wanted to go over something that's super, super useful. Exalt Pod Swab. My name's Greg. You're watching How to Play Paintball. All right, guys. So this is an awesome product. I know it's not brand new. It's not the latest and greatest thing from Exalt, but it is just an awesome product. It's one that I actually, when I was working at the warehouse, I was able to see kind of in development. So there have been little minor changes from obviously from the prototype and all that. I wanted to go over one, what it's useful for, and two, how to clean it, and just some cool features that are involved with the Exalt Pod Swab. So first thing is that let me show you here. So when you actually have a pod, I made sure to grab one that was clear so you could see it go all the way in. All these little finger things, or whatever you want to call them, dreadlocks or whatever. I don't know if there's an actual name for them, but I'm going to call them dreadlocks from now on. So when you push them in, you see how they kind of get pushed back. So it's they're kind of spongy, so they're going to compress down. But you'll see that the thing that makes this super useful is when it gets down to the bottom end of the pod and you actually go and push it in, it fills the whole bottom part of the pod. So what people used to do is they would use a paint roller or something like that, and it would clean. But the paint roller had this section that it was just a hole, because that you're supposed to put it on, so you could actually use it to go painting with. So it would only clean down to about there. So now you had a little bit of paint down at the bottom, and I guess you could try to shove in a you had to shove in like a paper towel with a swab or something, and then hope that you could pull it out, that the towel didn't rip, or have to roll up an actual towel and slide it in there and then try to clean it. So it was just something that was just annoying, honestly. Obviously, when you could get home, then you could actually rinse it out, but in a tournament, you don't have a faucet right there. So what this is doing is that it's solving this problem, which is awesome, and I really do like this product. I'm not just saying that. Because it does go all the way down to the bottom, and it fills it in. So then when you go to turn it, all the little dreads are going to go ahead and make that catch on too. Start calling these things dreads. You see how they kind of compress in there, and then when you go ahead and turn it, it's gonna not squeegee out, but clean out that whole bottom part. And then when you go to take it out, you're all good to go. Going into the actual swab itself. So I'll just go from this part and just go all the way down. So one thing that's cool is the carabiner. So let's say that you have a backpack that you're using, or if you're using something else and you just wanted to have this clipped on there, or if you want to put it on, let's say you're in the pit and you have on jeans or something like that, and you want to clip that through, or clip it onto your pants, whatever, and then that way it's always there so you don't lose it. There's a lot of uses for this. It's going to be something that these carabiners are really useful, and it just makes it more versatile. The actual material itself is super, super strong. I believe it's actually made out of the same type of plastic that the barrel maids are made out of, and those barrel maids are pretty much indestructible. I've seen people that bend them in half at the actual plastic part there where the swab is, or the rocket disc, and you can bend it and it flicks right back, or you just kind of bend it right back and it goes back to normal. They're pretty much indestructible. This is made out of that, I believe, and it's even thicker, so you could probably hammer in a nail with this. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but yeah, it's definitely super durable. You don't have to worry about if it's in your gear bag and somebody throws your gear bag that it's going to snap and now you have a useless product. But what you'll see is with the actual section here where the dreads are, is that it's elastic right here. So if you go around this little lip, you can actually pull off the cleaning section with all the little dreads. So if you wanted to, you could rinse this off, at night, and then just squeeze out the water and let it air dry, and then that way you don't have to worry about throwing this away once it's dirty, because it is going to get dirty. The point is that it's going to be helping you clean stuff, so it's totally expected. Or I guess if you wanted to do some dusting, you could always take it off and use it for that too. Make your mom happy, and or your wife, or whoever. Yeah. So one thing that they have changed is that now the elastic is a lot tighter, so that way it's not going to come undone. When these first came out, that was an issue, but that's been solved now with how much smaller this opening is, and then the elastic is going to hold it over that. So what's good with this section here, you can see these little like teeth. It's all rounded here, so that way when you get down to the bottom of the pod, it matches that rounded section. Oh, you can't really see that, can you? Okay, well, take my word for it. There's like, there we go. That rounded section is going to hit the very bottom of the pod, and then the dreads are going to do the rest of the work. So like they're just going to roll up like you saw. But what's cool is that this actually compresses a little bit. So if you had a couple different types of pods, it's going to flex a little bit, so that way you don't have to worry about it not fitting to the bottom. It's gonna squeeze together and then get to the very bottom there. This is all just structural stuff, not anything you have to worry about. But I mean, like you could really, I really think you could hammer a nail in with this. It's super durable, so I guess if somebody tries to steal your paint, you can use this as like a nightstick and beat them over the head with it. But once you do have it all clean, you just slip this over, slide it all the way down, and then what you want to do is this section goes right around that little lip here, like you can see. So you kind of pull it, goes right around. So you can see that little lip right there. I'm sorry, where the elastic goes around the lip is actually right here. So if I push it down like that, you can see that it does wrap around there, and it's going to hold on to the actual handle part, so that way it doesn't come undone. Unless you're trying to jam this into one of those 10-round pods, this is going to fit just, it's fine. It's going to slip right in, and you're going to be able to pull it out. When you get down there, you don't even have to worry about it getting too deep, because it's not going to reach it. This is a Gen X pod. With even the Virtue pods, they are just a little bit bigger, and it's not like they're really that much longer, so you're still going to be able to clean those as well. So all around, it's a great product. This is definitely worth the money. I love it. I actually lost my first one. Actually, I know who has it, so I guess they got a free one or whatever. So this is now the second one that I have, and it's just a great product all around, guys. So I hope that this review helps you out, and be sure that if you guys are going to go and buy something that we've gone over, go to your local dealer, please. It's really important for us to go and support local paintball. Yes, you can go online, but then you have to wait, and then you're not getting your product right away. At least this way, you're able to get your product right away, and from a local dealer, and you're supporting paintball in your area. But guys, I thank you so much for you all watching. It really is crazy that we're over 4,100 subscribers, and I mean it's all you guys. So thank you so much, and as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.